What's poppin', Metagang? It's Mark here with MetaGifts LLC to share ideas and raise the collective vibration. It's November, it's a new month. If you are a Scorpio, happy birthday to you. Make sure you're celebrating your life. Let's get into this one. This is a pretty important video. More so for the men, not so much for the women, but if you're a woman and you want to gain some perspective and insight, feel free to watch. I appreciate all of you guys giving me your attention. Wow, thank you. So, it's November. If you don't live under a rock, you've probably heard the term No Nut November or heard somebody talk about NoFap. You might have experience with this, you might already be familiar, but if you're not, we're gonna break this all the way down so you guys can understand why people do this, what this is, and whether or not you should really want to do this for yourself. I'm not here to judge anybody based on the content I'm talking about or what you might do, what you engage with, what your habits are, but I'm gonna tell you just my experience and my understanding and what you guys can hope to achieve out of engaging in this practice. So what are we talking about when we say no nut or no fap? There's a lot of different ways to explain this or to name this that basically mean the same thing. So as a man, what we're talking about is semen retention. And that means rather than ejaculating and watching porn or having sex with somebody else or whatever you want to do, rather than releasing your seed, you are keeping your seed inside of you so that the life force energy and the nutrients and the minerals and the seed, which creates another human being, stays inside of your body so you can reap the rewards of those nutrients to begin with. And rather than creating new life or just wasting your energy creating a short-term amount of pleasure, let's say if that's pornography, we're going to keep that energy inside of us all together and use it to become smarter, healthier, happier, more productive, more focused, just a better person, more alpha, more boss-like, more ambitious, just a whole lot better in your life. When you realize everything is just energy, you realize you are energy as well. So looking at your life in terms of energetic assets and energetic liabilities is really a great way to go forward on your journey. For so many people, so many men, sex is one of the biggest energetic liabilities that we engage in almost every day or just habitually. And the reason it's so habitual is because biologically, everything needs to have sex. That's just what it is. That's how we're here. That's why we live. So especially living in the 21st century, having a phone on you all the time and having advertisements that are sexually themed thrown your way constantly, you are programmed from a young age to look for sex basically all the time. So this shit runs deep, and there's many reasons people go into NoFap, and retaining the energy is one thing, but also breaking a very dirty habit is another thing that goes deep into this. I'm not trying to tell you that sex and masturbation are bad, because they're not. They're just things. It's really not what you're doing, it's more so how you're doing it that determines whether it's good or bad, because first of all, good and bad is subjective. So I'm not gonna tell you guys not to have sex and not to masturbate, but by abstaining from sex and masturbation, you really get a little bit better ability to discern whether or not what you are doing for yourself is good or bad. And that is so valuable. Nobody can tell you what's good and bad for you because you're the only person that really knows. I mean, you can take advice from some people who really care about you, but you understand what I'm saying. You know you better than anybody. So I guess the main reason people participate in this trend, I would say apart from just the fact that it's kind of funny when you read it, and if you're not really serious about it, it can be a really funny meme. It could be a nice joke, but the whole reason people came up with this to begin with is so that we can evolve as men and retain our spiritual essence. If you were to quantify how many times you ejaculated and didn't have children, it would be a ridiculous number of times. As a person with no children, I can say that like pretty confidently. And if I think about all the things I could have created with the time and energy I was using to waste my energy, this would be my planet by now. I'm already on the way to doing that, but I would have already had it by now because I've wasted so much energy. And I know a lot of you guys can relate. That's just a thing that we train ourselves to do because it feels good. It's instant gratification versus delayed gratification. When you stop ejaculating and you stop wasting your semen, you will have so much energy to invest in whatever you want to. If you have not practiced abstaining from sex before, this may be difficult for you just depending on how deep the programming is or how deep your habits go or whatever you might engage with on a day-to-day basis. But once you start doing this, you will realize how much energy you have free to do whatever you want to do, whether that's paint or go skateboard or make a video like I'm doing right now, or you might make a song, you might read a book, you might go to the gym. If you're having a hard time talking to females, finding love, putting yourself out there, retaining your semen can be just the push some people need to get a little bit more energy, get a little more confidence, get themselves focused on their life and what they have going for them rather than living in a space of scarcity and fear and anxiety. And this can be the breakthrough to actually having people find real love in their lives for the first time, or learn how to put themselves out there, learn how to go get a date, learn how to go talk to the opposite sex. This is really crazy stuff, and this can be like the sole step from turning yourself from a beta male to an alpha male. It's really crazy. As a man, one of your gifts is creation. When you use your biological creation fluid for fucking nothing, you are wasting your energy. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your effort. The whole point is retention, not just for the sake of retention, I would say. You're retaining to create. That's the whole point. I'm not gonna really dive too far into the specifics on this because, like I said, there is a wealth of resources on the same internet that you're watching me tell you this on, where you can get more specifics as far as what semen retention will do for you personally. But all I will tell you is that within 30 days, if you were to start today, you would notice monumental changes in your life, your behavior, your habits, your actions, and everything. You would be a completely different person, all in positive ways. You will have more energy, you will be happier, you will be more free, and you will be more productive. You will be more alpha. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm not gonna tell you what to do because you know what's right for you, but if you are resonating with semen retention, No Nut November, what I'm telling you, if you go out and get your own info and that resonates with you as well, I would encourage you, go for it. You have nothing to lose. You are losing a lot by not doing it. So just try it out. You don't have to do this forever, but go for it. What do you have to lose? Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Drop a sub. Get with the movement. You understand what's going on by this point. So thanks for watching. Love you guys.